School's Tiger Field. I'm Jeff Sisk, filling in for the voice of the Hoppers, Todd Hamilton, who is on medical leave as he continues to recuperate from a couple of surgeries. And again, as we have said, since Todd has been out, we wish him the best and a speedy recovery so that he can get back on his feet. Tonight is Game 2 of the Division Championship Series as the Hoptown Hoppers host Full Count Rhythm. Last night, the Hoppers got off to a great start as they led 5-1 going into the fourth inning of play before a home run that was hit with a man on by Hudson Mims made it 5-3. The Hoppers got out of the inning, and at the end of 4, they halted the game. That was about 8:26 when they halted the game because of lightning in the area. So everyone left the field. And about 2 hours later, they were back on the field right before 10:30, and they finished up the contest in Full Count Rhythm with a big 7th inning. It included a grand slam by Mims, and they would go on to win 11-5 to take Game 1 of this championship series. Now, same scenario as when the Hoppers played Fulton. Fulton won the first game, and Hoptown had to come back and win the next 2. That is the same situation here as the Hoptown Hoppers have to win the next 2. They have to win tonight for sure to continue their season and force a Game 3 coming up on tomorrow night in Hendersonville at Full Count Rhythm. So the teams continue to go through some of their warm-ups. The stadium announcer has just announced the starting lineup for the Full Count Rhythm, and Hoptown will be introduced here in just a bit. We'll have the national anthem and our opening pitch. We'll take a timeout here. We'll come back and take a closer look at tonight's matchup right after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. The OVL playoffs. The Rhythm lead the series 1-0 after a come-from-behind 11-5 victory last night in Hendersonville. The Hoptown Hoppers are 5-9 all-time versus Full Count Rhythm, and the only OVL team that have a losing record against. This season, the series is split at 4-4, including last night's game. Last night was the first playoff game ever against Full Count Rhythm for the Hoppers. Now, a few playoff stats that we can mention. And this is just in the playoffs, so, you know, a lot of guys, not a lot of bats. But here we go. Jacob Dupes, first in hits with 8, I should say. First in doubles with 3. Second in batting average at .533. And second in slugging percentage at .933. E.J. Alanis, first in slugging percentage at 1.143. Anthony Zarlingo is tied for third in batting average at .500, and the Hoppers lead the OVL in hits with 33 and doubles with 9. Closer look at Full Count Rhythm. They are, I can turn the page, and I will tell you here momentarily if I can find that information. I went right past it. Here we go. They are 32-11 on the season. Their win streak is now at 5. They are 19-3 at home, 13-7 on the road, and 0-1 on neutral sites. The Hoptown Hoppers, they are 24-18. Of course, they've lost 1. They are 13-8 at home and 10-10 on the road. They are 1-0 in neutral site games. Of course, last night, Full Count won 11-5. Hoptown had to play 3 games against Fulton, winning the first game 14-2, and then Hoppers won the next two as Fulton won the first game 14-2, and then the Hoppers won 7-5 and 6-2. Full count rhythm, as we said, they come in with a win record of 5 straight. They have not lost a playoff game as of yet in the two series that they have played. Of course, beat Hoptown last night 11-5, beat Franklin at 17-6, and then won by forfeit in the first game of the opening round play in the OVL playoffs. Clouds overhead, but hopefully the rain has pushed well to the south of the Hopkinsville area down into Tennessee. Did have a lot of rain in the Nashville area today, as well as the Clarksville area, and some high winds in the Clarksville area as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at our game time weather. It's brought to you by Solly Office Supplies, located at 805 South Main Street in downtown Hopkinsville. For all your office supplies, office furniture, and more, call Solly Office Supplies. Taking a look at our game time weather tonight, it's very nice here at the ballpark. They say it's 79 degrees with a feel-like temperature of 86, but there is a nice breeze here at the ballpark tonight. So we have overcast skies, but as we said, we haven't checked radar in the last 5 to 10 minutes, but hopefully we'll get this contest in on time tonight, as we're scheduled for a 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll introduce you to tonight's starting pitchers right after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Lineups a little bit later on, but our pitchers tonight, a look at the pitching tonight is brought to you by the Barbecue Shack, offering catering and custom cooking. Visit them Wednesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. until 5:30, Thursday from 10 a.m. until 6, and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3. They're located at 4687 Pembroke Road in Hopkinsville. Pitching tonight for the Hoptown Hoppers and getting the start is Aaron Moss, and we'll tell you a little bit about Aaron. He has an ERA of 4.55. He's 1-0. This is his 16th appearance, and he has 6 saves. He's pitched 27 and 2/3 innings, given up 30 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned runs, 19 walks, 32 strikeouts, and 8. Make that 3. He's given up 3 home runs on the season. And for Moss, this will be his first start of the season. He has played the reliever role out of the bullpen, but he will get the start tonight, his first start of the season for the Hoptown Hoppers. Getting the baseball tonight for full count rhythm is going to be number 39. That is Spencer Wilkins, who will get the start tonight, and we can tell you a little bit about him. He has an ERA of 2.36. His record is 2-0. 9th appearance. This will be his 4th start of the season. He has thrown 26 and 2/3 innings, given up 14 hits, 10 runs, 7 earned runs, 9 walks, and 32 strikeouts, and he's given up 2 home runs on the season. Spencer Wilkins, your starter tonight for full count rhythm, and for Hoptown, it's Aaron Moss. Well, that'll do it for the F&M Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll have our opening pitch. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Welcome back to Tiger Field for Hoptown Hoppers baseball as the Hoppers get set to take on Full Count Rhythm in what is an elimination game for the Hoptown Hoppers. They need to win tonight to force a Game 3 tomorrow night back in Hendersonville at Full Count Rhythm. If you're ready, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Are brought to you by Riken Elastomers. Join the Riken Elastomers team today with a process operator starting pay at $17.50 an hour and an excellent benefit package. Call 270-475-2150, extension 214 to learn more. For Full Count Rhythm, Josh Carman is the head coach. Leading off and playing left field, it is Henry Jackson. Batting second and in right field, it's Drew Robertson. The center fielder and batting third is Henry Mosley. The first baseman is Tyler Franks. He'll bat cleanup. Harrison Travis, the DH, will bat fifth. Drew Lowry, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Jackson Cothran, the catcher, will bat seventh. Hudson Mims is at second base. He'll bat eighth. And Levi Perel, the shortstop, will bat ninth. Spencer Wilkins on the mound. For Gary Vaught and the Hoptown Hoppers in right field, Anthony Zarlingo leading off. Joshua Rodriguez, the shortstop, will bat second. Luis Vagar is in left field. He'll bat third. Jacob Dupes is playing third base tonight. He will bat cleanup. Drew Donaldson, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Fred Fernandez, the DH, will bat sixth. E.J. Alanis, the first baseman, will bat seventh. Will Spear, the catcher, will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Sean Sullivan. And on the mound tonight is Aaron Moss. Hoppers 24 and 18, and Full Count at 32 and 11. That is your starting lineup tonight, brought to you by Riken Elastomers. We'll take a timeout, come back and have the first pitch right after this timeout. You're listening to Hop.
Hello, Hopper fans, and welcome to the 2022 season of Hoptown Hoppers baseball. We know you'll enjoy the experience. Speaking of experience, the Hoppers board member, Judge John Ashley, is up for re-election this fall. Let's keep John's 40 years of experience working for us. Re-elect John, Circuit Judge.
For financial advice to be useful, it needs to be tailored to how you live your life. I'm Sue Hackett, branch manager of Baird's Hopkinsville office. At Baird, we provide investment and financial planning for all areas of your life: retirement, family and estate plans, and charitable giving. Plus, we coordinate our advice with the tax and legal advisors. So
Our opening pitch is brought to you by Gary Keaton, Christian County Farm Bureau Insurance. Visit Gary and his staff today at 2405 Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville. Leading off will be Henry Jackson, the left fielder for Full Count Rhythm. Jackson, a .361 hitter on the season. And the first pitch of the ball game is high for a ball. And that first pitch at 7:03. Here's the second one, and a swing and a miss. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Drew Robertson on deck and Henry Mosley batting third. If anybody gets on, we'll see Tyler Franks. Here's the pitch, and this one is hit into center field, and it is going to be taken, though. It was to right center field, and Zarlingo with the squeeze and the out. Drew Robertson will be the batter, a .261 hitter on the season. He bats left as Moss will look in to get the sign. And here is the pitch, and this one is sliced, and it is going to be down for a fair ball. Into the left corner, and in with a double is Drew Robertson. We can tell you about our umpires. We didn't tell you that a moment ago. Micah Holman is behind the plate. Jeff Wright is at first base. Juan Garza at second, and Wayne Seeley at third. Seeley was calling balls and strikes last night. And Moss will step off the bag. And the pitch. And it is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Henry Mosley. Tyler Franks is on deck. Looking back at second, now comes home with a pitch that is low for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Vergara, Sullivan, and Zarlingo from left center to right. On the infield is Dupes, Rodriguez, Donaldson, and Alanis. Spear behind the plate. Here's the pitch from Moss. And again, this is going to be foul. Down the left field side, tried to put it in the exact same spot that Drew Robertson did. But it was just foul down the third base side. So Moss is now ahead in the count 1-2. Back at second, will come home with the pitch. It's outside, ball gets away. They may have a play at third, but Spear does not make the throw. Probably would have been safe anyway, as it came right back to Spear. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out, and full count with a runner now at third base. That's Robertson. Here is a pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Moss gets the strikeout, and Tyler Franks, the first baseman, will be the batter.
How about first baseman before Tyler Franks?
309 hitter on the season for Franks. Pitch. Outside just a bit for a ball. And here's another one. And this is a strike. 1-1 the count now. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be foul back and out of play. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And did he go? He did. He strikes out. So full count will leave a guy on base. So there were no runs in the inning, 1 hit, 1 left on base, and no errors in that opening inning of play, half inning of play for full count rhythm. As we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, it is full count nothing, Hoptown coming to bat. Leading off for the Hoppers is Anthony Zarlingo, the right fielder. He bats left as he steps into the box. The pitcher for full count is Wilkins. And his first pitch of the ball game is outside for a ball. Joshua Rodriguez is on deck. Here's the pitch. And it catches the corner for a strike. 1-1 now the count. Here's the pitch. And this is going to be a chopper up the middle. It'll be taken by the second baseman. He'll throw over to first, and it's in time for the out. Play goes from Mims to Franks for out number 1, and Joshua Rodriguez, the shortstop, will be the batter. Rodriguez on the season, a .333 hitter. On deck is Luis Vergara. Here's the pitch from Wilkins, and it hits the batter. Rodriguez hit by a pitch, and the batter is going to be Luis Vergara. Jacob Dukes on deck. And Vergara, a .347 hitter on the season. And this one sliced foul. Outside the fence at first base. So the count's 0-1. Here's the next pitch, and this is a swing and a miss for 2 quick strikeouts. So Vergara in the hole as Wilkins gets ahead of him. And they throw over to first, but the runner gets back in plenty of time. Here's the pitch, and it's low. but the runner cannot go. So it's a ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. From the bottom of the first inning of play, Full Count did not score in their half of the inning. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike 3 looking. 2 outs now in the inning, and the batter's going to be Jacob Dupes, the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 22, Jacob Dukes.
Dupes, a .295 hitter on the season. The pitch to him is a ball. Drew Donaldson is on deck. Throw over to first. Runner gets back. Here's a pitch. And it's in there for a strike. 1 ball and a 1 strike. Throw over. Gets back. They're trying to hold Rodriguez as close to the bag as they can, and this is going to be popped up and out of play. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dupes. Dupes a righty. And the pitch. Outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Here's a pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in the inning. There were no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We have completed 1 as we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. It's Hoptown nothing, Full Count nothing. Back after this, you're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Here, the DH in the top of the second inning of play for Full Count rhythm. First pitch to him is a ball. Here is one hit into center field, and making the play is going to be Sullivan for out number 1. He hit it hard, but Sullivan covered a lot of territory, and he was able to make the play. With the overcast skies, it's really easy to see the baseball right now. Normally we have trouble picking up the baseball, but not at this point, because of just enough cloud cover. The lights are on. Can really see the baseball right now. Batters Drew Lowry, the third baseman. And the pitch is a ball. Here's another pitch, and it is a strike. Catches the outside portion of the plate for strike one. 1-1 the count. Jackson Cothran is on deck. He's a catcher tonight. Here's a pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike two. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Batter steps back in. And the pitch. Here's one sliced into right field. And Zarlingo is there, makes the play for the out. 2 outs now in the inning, and the batter's going to be Jackson Cothran, the catcher.
Now batting the catcher number 13, Jackson Cothran.
Cothran, a .264 hitter on the season. Here's a pitch outside for a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count now with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning of play. Here's a pitch, and this is going to be popped up, and can Vergara get to it, and it's going to go out of play. Ran hard towards the ball, just wasn't able to make the play. Was outside the fence when he got to that area. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch from Moss, and it is a ball. Little low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch outside, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hudson Mims, the second baseman's on deck. He had a big night last night. A couple of home runs, including a grand slam, 7 RBI. Here's the pitch outside for ball 4. So Hudson Mims will come to the plate, the second baseman.
Second base number 1, Hudson Mims.
.244 hitter on the season during the regular season. Moss to pitch to him, and he hit him. Moss hits the batter right in the back. Didn't mean to. You could tell by the reaction of Moss. But there are now 2 runners on base.
Shortstop number 2, Levi Perel.
Levi Perel, the shortstop, is batting now after the hit batter. Here's a pitch outside for a ball. Ball and no strikes. Moss again looks in. The pitch high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Levi Perel, a .223 hitter on the season. He's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. The pitch in there for a strike. So 2-1 now the count. Here's the pitch from Moss. Ball 3. Moss is set, looks back at second, and will come home with a pitch, and it's in there for a strike. So he's now worked the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter, Levi Perel. Here's the pitch, and it is ball 4, loads the bases. The bases are now loaded for Henry Jackson, 361 hitter on the season. He flied out to right in the first inning of play. Bases are now loaded. 2 walks and a hit batter in this inning has loaded the bases. Jackson swings and misses. Oh and 1 the count. Moss is set. And the pitch. And strike 2. Nice breaking ball there for the strike for Moss. And Henry Jackson is in the hole with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Oh and 2 the count. Here's the pitch from Moss, and it's in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 looking. A strikeout. That is the 3rd one for Moss tonight, and the biggest one of the night so far right there, as there were no runs on no hits, no errors, and they leave 3 on base. That's 4 through 2 innings of play. As we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, it's full count, nothing. Hoptown, nothing, as we go to the bottom of the 2nd. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Leading off this inning is Drew Donaldson, the 2nd baseman for the Hoptown Hoppers. Donaldson, a .254 hitter on the season for the Hoppers. And this one is a ball, so 1 ball and 1 strike to Drew Donaldson. Here's the pitch, swing, and foul tip, but it is a strike. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's low for ball 2, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout of the inning and third of the night for Wilkins. And the batter is going to be Fred Fernandez.
DH number 14, Fred Fernandez.
Here's the pitch, and this one's popped up. It's on the infield. Second baseman calls for it. That's Mims. Makes the play for the second out. And the batter is going to be E.J. Alanis, the first baseman.
Batting for the Hoppers, first base number 19, E.J. Alanis.
Pitches a ball to Alanis. Two 2-0 the count. Will Spears on deck. Here's the pitch. Catches the corner for a strike. Pitch, same spot, but did not get the call. That's a ball. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch, and strike 3 as he strikes him out. So 2 strikeouts in the inning, so no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We have completed 2 at the end of 2 as we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. It's Hoptown nothing, Full Count Rhythm nothing. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. The batter is Drew Robertson, the right fielder. He had a double back in the first inning of play as we have moved to the top of the 3rd inning. And the count is 0-1 and now 0-2 as he fouls this one towards the full count dugout down the first base side. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be hit, and does it get down? Yep, it's going to get down, and it's going to go all the way to the fence. He's got another double, and he's going to put the brakes on right there as the Hoppers are able to get the ball back into play. So it's going to be a double for Drew Robertson, his second of the night. And the batter is going to be Henry Mosley, the center fielder. He struck out in the first inning of play. Here's the pitch from Moss. It's inside for a ball. On deck, it's Tyler Franks. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now is a ball and a strike. Strike two. Here's a pitch, and it's inside. Ball two. So two balls, two strikes. Here's the pitch. And this one's going to be popped up, and I believe it's out of play. Yep. Falls in front of the bullpen for Hoptown. So the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Second time that Mosley has struck out tonight, and the batter is going to be Tyler Franks, the cleanup hitter.
First baseman for Tyler Franks.
One out in the inning. And this one is hit, and it is in left field. Bagara is there. The runner will tag, and now he'll go back. Two outs in the inning, and the batter is going to be Harrison Travis, the DH. He flied out to center in the second inning of play. Pitch is in there for a strike to Harrison Travis. Moss, the pitch. Ball. The curveball did not curve enough. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be popped up, and it's going to go back behind us.
Bring those balls to the merchandise table.
1-2 the count with a runner at second base for full count rhythm. They've had a runner on base each of the first 3 innings. They had the bases loaded back in the second, and this one is fouled back and out of play. So the count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Outside. 2-2 the count now. Here's the pitch. And this is going to be chopped to third, and they'll throw over to first in time for the out. That is dupes to Alanis on the 5-3 put out. In the inning, no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. They've left 5 on base through 3. As we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, it's Hoptown nothing and Full Count Rhythm nothing. Bottom of the third coming up. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. We move to the bottom of the third inning. The batter for the Hoptown Hoppers is the catcher, Will Spear. And the count to him is quickly 1 ball and 1 strike as he fouled off the last pitch out of play down the first base side. And this pitch is in there for a strike. Here's a pitch, and it's in there for strike 3 looking. That is the 5th strikeout out of the last 6 batters for Wilkins. And the batter is going to be Sean Sullivan, the center fielder. The pitch. And it's a ball to Sean Sullivan. Here's a pitch. And this is going to go back to the fence, so it's going to be the backstop. So it's going to be 2-0 the count now. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Here's the pitch, and this one's popped up, and it is going to come down right in front of us. Oh, the catcher made it. I thought it was going to be out of play, and the catcher made the out. I was watching it to make sure it wasn't going to drift over in our area. I didn't want it to knock our drinks over. Got to have priorities here now. Batter's going to be the leadoff batter now, Anthony Zarlingo. He's grounded out 4-3, to second to first. Second baseman made the play to first. Here's the pitch. He Looked around, squared around to bunt, but then pulled the bat backs for a ball. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be a base hit for Zarlingo as he knocks it into right field, a grounder, and a base hit for Anthony Zarlingo. And the batter's going to be Joshua Rodriguez. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning of play. And they'll throw over to first, but the runner gets back. Here's the pitch, and this one's foul and out of play. Comes back towards us. So the count is 0-1 to Joshua Rodriguez. 2 outs in the inning. Zarlingo, the runner, at first base. Here's the pitch, and this is foul, and I think this got home plate. Yeah, sure did. This was fouled off of home plate. I think they're coming out to check, make sure he's okay. Yeah. His two mates from first and third are going to walk in and check on him. He says he's okay. Count is 0-2 to Joshua Rodriguez. Here's the pitch, and this one is going to be hit into left field. Who is there? Left fielder comes on, and he makes the play. What a catch by Jackson in left field as he made that play. So in the inning for the Hoppers, no runs, 1 hit, no error, and they leave 1 on base. They've left 2 on base through 3 innings of play. So as we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, it is Hoptown nothing and Full Count nothing as we are complete through 3 innings of play. Back after this timeout, you're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. We move to the top of the 4th. No score between Hoptown and Full Count. The batter's going to be Drew Lowry. He flied out to right in the 2nd inning of play, and the pitch to him is in there for a strike. The commissioner of the OVL, John Bruce, is joining us. And I know they had a lot of rain in Indiana today. Are they playing tonight?
They are not playing.
They are not playing tonight. I didn't have a chance to look this afternoon, and so that pushes them back a day, and that's kind of what Thursday was for.
That's correct. Yeah, hopefully we only lose 1 day.
Right.
But they took a lot of water. Between Sunday night, Monday night, and even this morning until about noon.
Oh, wow. Here's one hit into left field. It is going to get down for a base hit for Drew Lowry. Well, we didn't see a lot of rain last night down in Hendersonville, but the lightning towards downtown Nashville was pretty vivid.
I understand there were flash bulbs.
Yeah, a lot of flash bulbs. I guess the stars were out in south of Hendersonville, it seemed like.
You know why Navy pilots like to fly in thunderstorms?
No, how come?
They think they're having their picture taken.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. Here's one foul. This batter is Jackson Cothran. Reached on a walk back in the second inning of play. Fouls this one away for an 0-1 count. But they were able to stay with it, and the storms cleared, and they were able to get that game in to keep this series on track.
Correct. That's good.
And earlier today, it looked like it might be a problem here, but fingers crossed, it's all south of here right now. And it's really turned out to be a really nice night.
Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is. It's got to be in the 80s.
Yeah, it has, yeah. There's just a nice breeze. That's what makes it so nice. Here's a swing and a miss for strike two. 1-2 the count.
You're right. All the rain went to the north, Madisonville north, basically, during the early part of the day. And then this afternoon, it all fired up.
It fired up south.
South.
Yeah, right.
So it just missed us, which allows this game to play.
Yeah.
So, but you're the only game in town, so to speak.
Yeah, sure.
At least in the league tonight.
Yeah. Throw over.
And I'd say this would be a competitive game.
Yeah, it always is. They've really played. Now, last night's game, it was still close, even though it was 11-5. It was still a close ball game. Here's a pitch from Moss, and this is going to be a base hit up the middle, and the runner will stop at second base with nobody out. So 2 straight hits for full count rhythm, and the batter's going to be Hudson Mims, the second baseman. I saw his first home run. That happened in the bottom of the fourth last night, but when the game was stopped and the current weather conditions, we made the decision to not continue our broadcast last night and try to protect the equipment, and at the time, not knowing, we waited 45 minutes and not knowing that if they were even going to be able to get the game going again. Here's a bunt out in front of the plate. It will advance the runners, and it's a bad throw. And now what do they say? It gets away, so I guess that means everybody's got to stop. Is that right? So he's going to, he calls him out. Is he calling him out, or
Yep,
is he?
He's calling him out.
For what reason? Do you know, John? What did he do?
He's got to be running inside.
Oh,
the
he did
baseline
run.
to interfere with the
Gotcha. He was not where he should have been.
Outside the.
Gotcha.
Or in this case, inside the running lane.
Gotcha.
He's outside the running lane.
Gotcha.
And the left side of that lane, as the runner goes toward first, is the foul line.
Right. Gotcha.
And if you're beyond that, you're outside the lane.
Sure. So you interfere with the throw to first. Yeah. So, but it did move the runners to second and third. There's now one out.
Correct.
I'm going to see how they score that. I guess they just score him out. I guess is it?
Yeah, I would. It's a.
It hasn't come up on Game Changer yet, so I'm waiting.
It's a runner's lane. Runner's lane violation, which results in the out.
Right. Josh Carman talking to a home plate umpire, having a fairly lengthy discussion here.
Well, he'll ask him what he saw.
Right.
You call him, and he was pretty demonstrative about it and pretty immediate.
Oh,
so
yeah. He sure was, yeah.
I don't think there's much.
I mean, what can he do? Can he call in for some help, or is he the final? He had the best angle, I guess.
He's following the runner, which is exactly, if you watch, that's exactly what he was doing. When he made the call, you could see where he was. He was about 35 feet up the baseline. So he's literally following that runner up toward first.
And it is scored as batter interference, so he's out, obviously. That's how it's scored, so I wrote that down. Don't think I've had to write that down too many times.
You haven't. And then the next part is the runners went back, but
that's right. They did go back.
Pass ball.
Now allows them. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because of the interference, everybody had to go back. Yeah, I got you. Because I looked up and saw them at second and third, and then I looked down, and then I looked back up, and no, they were at first and second. So everything basically stops right there with the interference. Levi Perrell, the batter. The count is 1-0, and this one is low for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes.
Think back to the old days when you played Ghost Man on first.
Oh, yeah.
Same idea. He never reached first
Right,
base.
sure.
Therefore,
Yeah.
you can't force the runner
Can't
around.
force around, yeah. Here's a pitch from Moss, and this one's going to be a base hit. It's going to score 1 run. They're going to stop the runner at third. So a base hit RBI for Perrell. And full count Rhythm on top, 1-0. And Tim Crow will come out and talk to the pitcher, Aaron Moss. I was a little, we spoke the other night, I was a little apprehensive about the trip to Hendersonville, but it was really not a bad, it got the map, and there weren't that many turns to find it.
No, they're not. There's only one that's a little tricky.
Yeah.
You get off on 386 and
Right,
you have that crossover.
Right,
and you get left.
You better stay left, because if you go right, you're going the wrong direction. Yeah.
Right. And
it kind of curves around. It's like a mini parkway or something before you head to, and I kept looking. My instructions said look for the KFC, and it said it was on the left right past KFC.
That's
There's
true.
a Kentucky Fried Chicken on the left side.
That's true. Yeah, I had to think about that a second.
I knew once I went over a body of water, whether it was a river or a creek, that I knew I had to be close.
That's correct.
Because of the name of the ballpark.
Right.
So now if they'd have just told me it was on Conway Twitty Lane, I would have been fine. I would have been fine. And it's when I look up and I said, why didn't you tell me it was, I'm talking about Google Maps, why didn't you tell me that it was on Conway Twitty Lane? I wouldn't have had any problem at all. Now, I don't know if that goes across to go into the ballpark, but I know to the right was Conway Twitty Lane.
Right.
So, yeah, a lot of the country singers live in the Hendersonville area because of the lake and, the water, and I think that's where Johnny Cash's home was.
Yeah,
or he is. I guess it's still there.
It still is. He's still there.
Yeah, it's still there, yeah. A new pitcher for the Hoptown Hoppers. That's why we have a little break in the action here. It looks like it's number 9. And if that is the case, that's Chase Harlan, who is on to pitch. So Harlan on to pitch for Hoptown. This is the time of the year that pitching becomes pretty important, doesn't it?
It does. This is when you find out how well you did in the first week of June.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And managing these guys all the way without, because of the pace that we play and the grind that we play, those arms wear out because they're not used to this kind of utilization.
Yeah.
And you also get all the limitations. You start bumping up against
the
those
coaches,
as well.
Their home coach, their college coach, says, my guy can only pitch 32 innings, or I'm just throwing out a number.
Whatever that number is.
Yeah. Or so many a week, or whatever.
And so it's a management thing, and it's one of the reasons we expanded the rosters out to 35.
Right.
Was basically to go pick up more pitchers because you're going to need them before it's all said and done. And unfortunately, we had a couple clubs this time that ran into that brick wall because they ran short, ran out. Guys got hurt. Guys went home. There's just all kinds of reasons, but it ends up where it is.
Henry Jackson is the batter. Pitch is inside for a ball. We're in the fourth. Full count leads 1-0. And, of course, you talk about the expanded rosters. That goes to 35, but you can only have 27 eligible per game. Is that correct?
Correct.
Ouch. Batter is hit. And that is going to load the bases for full count Rhythm. And Drew Robertson, who has had a huge game to this point, he has 2 doubles, 1 in the first and 1 in the third. There's 1 out, and the Hoppers need a double play here. So let's see if we can get Robertson to ground into a double play. That would be very helpful for the Hoppers. Full count. This is the second time tonight that they have had the bases loaded. They had them loaded back in the second as well, and did not score. This pitch is high for a ball. Championship set at the moment for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Correct.
Sunday being an if-needed game.
If needed on Sunday, that's right.
Here's the pitch. Here's one hit into center field. And Sullivan is there. Is it deep enough? He's going to tag, and they're going to throw to third to keep the runner from advancing there instead of coming home. So full count gets another one on the board. So that is a sac fly RBI for Drew Robertson. Now, how does it work? For instance, well, the 2-1 seeds advance. Who is the home team?
The better percentage.
Better percentage.
Better
okay.
winning percentage.
Okay.
If through the regular season, it sets that up.
Yeah. But if you had Henderson, and I'm using this as an example, I don't want the full count people to get mad, but if you used Henderson as the example, they were the 1 seed in the north. Hoppers would be the 2 seed in the south. Then Hoptown would go to Henderson to start off.
That's correct.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can go through all the different combinations of how that ends up.
Yeah.
Based on, there's two in the north and 2 in the south.
Right,
so
sure.
you can lay out all the different possibilities.
And it's pretty simple because both 1 and 2 seeds are the ones that advance to this point.
That's correct.
Yeah. Your top 2 teams are the ones that advance this far. I've been calling it the Divisional Championship Series. Some I've seen have called it round 2. Yeah, I guess it's technically the same thing.
It's the same thing. You end up in the same place.
Right.
We call it round 2 because we don't award trophies for winning.
Right, sure, gotcha. Here's one in the dirt, and the runners go, and they both advance to second and third. Yeah, if you're not going to, you're not handing out any hardware, then basically, yeah, it is just it's the second round.
It's a second round.
Yeah.
You're just eliminating until we end up with a Northern Division and a Southern Division rep to the tournament. We award for winning the regular season division.
Here's a chopper, and it's going to be taken by Dupes. He'll throw over, but it's not going to be in time as the run will score, making it 3-0 in favor of full count on a base hit by Tyler Franks. Nope, check it. Henry Mosley. Henry Mosley with a base hit and an RBI. Yeah, you mentioned pitching. I mean, you can look in July and see, if you've got a team or teams that are struggling, it's because their arms are getting sore at that point. Most games were played this year scheduled.
Yes.
I mean, there were a handful that didn't get played or couldn't get rescheduled, but all in all, I think, weather-wise, I think it was pretty good this year.
It really was, and between the games made up and the ones we lost 6 out of the 220, so we played 214 regular season games.
That's good.
Which is very good.
That's a pretty high percentage. Here's a pitch, and this one's fouled back. 1-2 the count. Frank struck out in the first and a flight out to left in the third.
So you have to work at that. It takes a lot of cooperation from everybody around the league to make that happen.
Yeah.
Now the weather helped, obviously.
Right. Here's a pitch, and it's outside. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, the way the league is set now with teams in the northern part, you've got Du Bois and Louisville. I mean, the weather could be. I mean, last night Du Bois and Henderson played and didn't have any problems at all last night.
Right.
Got right through.
They had some rain early in the day in Henderson,
right?
But that was Sunday night into Monday morning.
Yeah.
But that was all done and taken care of. And they cleaned up the field and was really ready to go.
Yeah. Franks is the 8th hitter in this inning, and he slices one foul. So the count will be 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, the geography is so spread now that the weather patterns in one place are not going to affect someplace else now, and that's. It's the good and the bad.
It's the good and the bad, yeah.
We only had one night this year where all the teams rained out.
Right.
One. That was back in early June.
I remember that night, yeah. Here's a pitch, and this is hit into center field on the run, and it is over the fence for a ground rule double. So 1 run will score on the ground rule double, making it 4-0 now in favor of Full Count Rhythm. So a ground rule double, and an RBI for full count Rhythm. And Harrison Travis will now be the batter. 0 for 2 tonight, rounded out 5-3 in the third, and he flied out to center in the second. Ninth batter in the inning for full count Rhythm. Here's a pitch and a swing and a miss, and a little behind on that one.
Yeah,
you could tell, just a touch behind on that one.
Don't know what he was expecting, but that was not it.
Yeah, that was not it, yeah. We alluded to it the other night, and another big crowd here tonight for the Hoppers. Check swing, and did he go? He did. Jeff Wright says, yep, he went around, 0-2 the count. Talking about the crowd, and these are the ones where you really know you've got the true fans and the people paying attention, because these games aren't on the schedule.
No, they're not.
They're not on the schedule, so you have to know. And another good crowd tonight. I'm not even going to take a stab at the number, because I was way off the other night when I said what I thought it was, and I wasn't even close. So basically what I think you can do, you can kind of look and see, are there any empty, how many empty chairback seats do you see? And that's kind of a good indication as to what, but you've also got people in their chairs around the backstop too, which is really good. Got a good crowd, especially on the Hoppers side over here.
Right.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Anything new for the league in the upcoming year? I know we haven't finished this one yet, but anything, I mean, you always have to be thinking, I'm sure, about how can we do things better.
Always.
Here's one foul down the third base side.
You're always looking for self-improvement. You know, it'd be nice to be able to do this, but now we're at the point where there's so many people, and everybody, of course, it has to be done my way,
right,
or it's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how that works when you start talking 11, 12, 13 teams.
Sure. Here's a pitch, and this is going to be popped up, and I'm not sure where that one is. I don't have a clue. It's right behind us.
It went straight back.
Yeah, it went straight back. 1-2 the count. The only thing, and again, this is just a personal request on my part, is find a way, and I'm sure you've heard this already, really miss that rivalry with Madisonville. I only got to play them twice this year. They're only 30 miles away. This one is hit to the pitcher. He'll throw over to first for the out. As 9 batters come to the plate in that inning. Just hold that thought, John, if you would. We're going to take a break and come back as that goes 1-3. So in the inning, there were 4 base hits. There were 4 runs scored. There were no errors in the inning, and if I remember correctly, there were 2 on base. So they have left a total of 7 on base, but they now have 6 hits. They've scored 4 runs as we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-0 in favor of Full Count Rhythm as we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. Back after this timeout, you're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. One correction, the Full Count Rhythm had 5 hits in that inning. I didn't. I skipped over one when I was counting. They had 5 hits in the inning. 4-0 full count and a check swing, and he did hold. So it's 1-2. You know, we were talking about the schedule, and you have 11 teams. You have a North Division that has 6 teams. You have a South Division that has 5 teams.
Right.
Scheduling is a challenge, I would think.
It is.
10's fairly easy, I guess.
Even number
works out a little better, yeah.
Yes.
Well, John, you know what that means. You need to go find another team. So you get to 12.
There you go. Some things are easier said than done.
I'm sure they are, yeah.
No,
I'm sure they
actually, we anticipate being at 12 next year.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of takes care of
itself.
itself.
Yeah, that would help itself, yeah. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be a base hit. Actually going to end up being a double as it goes to the fence in left field. And Vergara is going to be in for a base hit as that throw from left field. Wow, what an arm. It went all the way to the first baseman.
If that ball had been a little more
lower and online, he might have got it.
Yeah, that'd been really close.
Vergara's in there for a double.
And he threw that from the warning
track.
He did,
yeah.
On a rope.
And Jacob Dupes will come to the plate. He struck out in the first inning of play. Swing and a miss by Dupes. As Wilkins has thrown 44 pitches to this point. The Hoppers already in their bullpen, and this is going to be outside for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's going to be a beautiful sunset here.
Oh, I know.
A little moisture in the air.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the pitch, high for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. Ball 3, 3 balls and a strike now to Dupes. Nobody in the bullpen for full count.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Here's the pitch, in there for a strike.
Now we'll see where we go with this pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Runner at second, that is Vergara for Hoptown. Here's the pitch, and it's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Looked like a sinker ball to me. Looked like it kind of dropped out on him. Yeah,
it did drop. Didn't curve as much as it
right.
dropped.
Sure. Batter is going to be the second baseman, Drew Donaldson. He struck out in the second inning of play. That's the 6th strikeout recorded by Wilkins in this contest. Here's a pitch, and this one's going to be a line drive. They'll throw to second to get him there for the double play. So he goes 6-4 for the double play, and that wipes out the runner at second base as Wilkins, for the second inning, not the second straight, but for the second time tonight, he puts the Hoppers down in order. So no runs on 1 hit, no error, and nobody left on base. We have played 4 with the score, full count 4, and Hoptown nothing. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Leading off for the second straight inning is going to be Drew Lowry. Had a base hit back in the fourth, and he flied to right in the second. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be a pop-up to the shortstop. Nice play by the shortstop. As it sounded like it was going to go farther than it did. It just didn't travel very far.
Hit it up high on the handle.
Yeah.
So it just,
yeah, it had a different sound to it, yeah.
It was a little inside, so yeah, when he come around, he hit it on the handle, and it just doesn't have as much pop there.
Sure. Here's the pitch to the batter. This is Jackson Cothran. For a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Crickets are in full force tonight.
They are.
Here's the pitch. Yeah, if I notice them, then there's more than one doing its thing, I guess.
The crickets over here and frogs at Christian County.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, with I think there's a pond across the street maybe that you can't see, or area where water collects.
It's marshy water.
Marshy water, yeah.
Probably technically probably a drainage area.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, we don't pick up baseballs over there because
no.
once they go there,
that's the hoppers. That's what they talk about. Is they depends on where they play as to what the situation is on the balls.
I used to tell people that, especially kids, you hear all those frogs, it's because they want all those baseballs out of there.
That's right.
They're in the way.
Yeah, sure. 3-2 the count to Cothran, and this one's foul back. 3-2 the count. Hudson Mims is on deck. Yeah, the only thing bad about the sunset is now our wind is gone. It felt pretty good when the wind was out. Although it got pretty breezy a moment ago, we were a little concerned about, here's one hit into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit, right into center field, I should say, left center field for a base hit. Yeah, it got so windy a moment ago, we were a little concerned about our shade, our artificial shade here. Yeah. It got to moving a little bit. Of course, Greer was a little more concerned because she's right there next to it.
Right.
Just fall right on her because the wind was coming from the west, so it was blowing in. And, yeah, that's right. The batter now is going to be Hudson Mims. And here's one sliced foul into the full count bullpen. He was out on a batter interference, and again he was running too far inside. You can't be on the left of the baseline, correct?
Well, you see the box that's up there.
Yes, that's where he's got to be, in that box. Yeah. Here's the pitch outside.
Looks like they have some activity going in the full
count
bullpen.
They do. Well, it's actually a football.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that could be part of their warm-up, though, too. But they are pitching, it looks like pitching a football, which football season will be here pretty soon. Hoptown is practicing back behind us. Heard some whistles earlier. Of course, how many seasons will it be for you?
28.
28. Wow. And how many states? All in Kentucky?
All in Kentucky.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't do that till I got here.
Okay. Pitch is a ball.
Life in operational squadrons and and officiating don't go hand in hand.
No, that's true.
Because the deployment stuff, and you're just gone, and you just can't do that.
Right.
No way to schedule something 3 or 4 months in advance.
No, sir. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out.
Because I lived a significant part of my life with a bag packed in the closet all the time. And back before the days of cell phones.
Oh, yeah. 1 out and inside for ball 4. Yeah, Matt McGowan, the new athletic director at Heritage Christian Academy, spoke at Rotary today, and he talked about his time in the military, and he was trying to coach wherever he was stationed tried to volunteer or be an assistant coach.
Right.
And it got to the point where he just really couldn't commit because of what you were talking about. He said about the time we would get going, I would get orders that I was going somewhere else, whether it was in the States or out of the country, and really wasn't fair to him, and it wasn't fair to the kids. So he put that part of his life on hold until he retired from the military, and now he's coaching boys basketball over at Heritage Christian Academy and is the new athletic director over there as well. This is foul back. The batter is Levi Perrell. Has a base hit and walk in this contest, and the count to him is 0-1.
Yeah, those were the good old days, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
We just the phone rings and you're gone.
Right, sure.
I'll call you when I can.
Yeah. Here's a pitch, and it's a strike. My cousin married a gentleman that flew Black Hawk helicopters. And there were times that he would get the call, and he really couldn't say a whole lot.
Which organization did he work for?
Yeah. I think it was 5th Special Forces.
Okay.
This one's going to get down, and it goes all the way to the fence, going to score 1 run, and they're going to hold the runner there, so it's an RBI double for Levi Perrell. Yeah, he was a Chief Warrant Officer 4. I don't know much about that, but I am told it's pretty good.
That is good, and it also means he flew a lot.
He flew a lot, yeah.
Yeah, their warrant officer program, those are the guys that fly every day.
Yeah,
The officer corps doesn't fly anywhere near as much as the warrants do.
As the warrants do, yeah.
So it's if they're leadership positions, but it's kind of like their leadership is always inside the flying squadron right there.
Yeah, right there, yeah. Gotcha. And here's one hit into left field, and Vergara is there. The runner will tag, and he will score, making it now 6-0. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Now you flew, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Most of my hours are in a B-52.
Is that right?
So,
you see these things. You see those. I assume they're B-52s flying in and out of Fort Campbell. I guess they're doing their touch and go practice a lot.
Most of what you see now are C-17s.
Okay.
The kind of gray looking ones.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They look like they're just something, as close as they are because they're flying low. It looks like they're just barely moving.
Right.
But they're so big.
And they're doing about 150 knots.
Is that right? Really?
Knots.
Here's one slice foul by Drew Robertson. A couple of doubles and a sac fly for an RBI. Count to him is 0-2 as he is in the hole as Harlan is ahead of him with 2 outs. We're in the top of the 5th. It's 6-0 full count. Here's the pitch outside. Ball 1. I guess as commissioner, your phone rings a lot during ball games. If there is a question about a rule in the OVL manual, I guess you would say.
A couple different things. It's interpretations. A swing and a miss, so strike 3, so that half inning's over.
Yeah, it's over, and we'll let John talk a little bit about his, not in detail, but just kind of in general. Don't want to know any of the phone calls or anything like that. There were, let's see, 4. There were 2 runs scored on 2 base hits. So that's 9 hits. There were no errors, and they left 2 on base. So at the end of 4.5 innings of play, as we go to the bottom of the 5th, it is 6-0 now, full count over the Hoptown Hoppers. As we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, we're back after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. fifth inning. The batter is Fred Fernandez, and he popped out to the second baseman in the second. And the second pitch to him is a ball, so it's 1-1, the count. Yeah, we talk about the rules and you being the go-to guy. You know, really both of your jobs, you have to know the rule book inside and out, whether it's football or OVL rules.
You're right. You're right. I spent some time reading.
You like
both
to read,
of those.
don't you?
I wouldn't go that far, but I do. And part of it comes from years.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
rules do evolve. They do change.
Yeah. And you primarily follow the NCAA rules, right?
We do.
Yeah.
We have some exceptions to them.
Here's a pitch, and it's high for a ball.
The
2-2.
The most notable exception up front is we use wooden bats.
Right. Well, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
No composite bats.
Right,
all straight
sure,
wood.
yeah. And here's one grounded to the shortstop. He'll throw over to first, and it's going to be an errant baseball, but the runner will stay at first. So that's probably going to, oh, they gave him a hit. Base hit on that.
It was a pretty slow roller, so I
Yeah.
guess that's why.
Yep, base hit for Fred Fernandez, and the batter's going to be E.J. Alanis. You ever thought about maybe playing one game with an aluminum bat? I'm looking at your expression on your face. No.
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 And I'll give you two big reasons. They play with aluminum bats
all the
year,
time, yeah.
and I love the sound of that.
Oh,
wood
I like
cracking.
the sound of the wooden bat too. I'm just, it's like high schools. I think there's one tournament where they can go and play in a
Right.
wooden bat tournament. Basically, is what it's called for the high schools, just to give them an opportunity to play with wooden bats.
And it's economics.
I was going to say it would cut down the cost if you played with aluminum.
Eventually, yes. The aluminum bats are much more expensive than a wooden
on
bat.
the front end,
But
yeah.
they last a
yeah,
lot
they last
longer.
longer, yeah. And here's one popped up. It's going to be foul.
If you don't throw them against the wall, and
Yeah,
things like that,
sure.
they last a long time.
E.J. Alanis, count him's 1-1.
But that wooden bat is it's different.
Well, sure.
It's got a different, better sound
Yeah.
to it. And frankly, I can judge where these balls. When you
Well,
hit it
sure,
off that
you
wood bat,
can.
I can
yeah.
give you a idea
Kinda
where
give
it's
an
going.
idea, yeah. Pitch is a strike, 1-2. I'm assuming that most of the summer leagues like this use a wooden bat.
They do. Yeah, it's
Speaking of the Cape Cod League, and what's the other one that's pretty prominent? The Northwoods.
Northwoods.
Yeah. Here's one popped up. Who's going to come in and get it? It looks like center field will, and that is out number one.
then the Valley League plays out in the western part of Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
The Shenandoah Valley.
Yeah.
Where it's at.
I guess Cape Cod is known more because of the movies that have been made about that league, and
They have.
and then they're on TV a little more. They actually are on some of the cable
Right.
channels.
They do. Ball high, ball one.
Yeah, ball one. Yeah,
They are, and you're right. It's a compilation of things. They've been around a long time,
yeah.
so that's part of it. They're also a little more senior as far as playing
right.
older players,
Yeah.
so they get
Gotcha.
a little more notoriety that
Why,
way.
sure, yeah.
Because they get more draft looks.
Yeah. Pitch to Will Spears, a swing and a miss, so the count is even out, a ball and a strike. Yeah, this league's come a long way from 4 teams to now 11. It's been gradual. It's been over, a 15-year period or so?
12.
12? Okay. Here's one hit into left field. Nope, I'm sorry. I think that broke the bat.
Yes.
Yeah, it broke the bat. This was caught by I thought it was going to go farther. Then I realized, okay, that bat's broken. The play was made by the third baseman, Lowry.
Yeah, the swing and the distance did not match.
No. And Sean Sullivan is going to be the batter with the runner Fred Fernandez at first base.
One of my favorite quotes for swinging hard.
They say he did not go, so good job there by Sullivan to be able to hold that up. So it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Guys swing hard. There's a guy play here at Hopkinsville by the name of Andrew Gross.
Oh yeah.
And I asked him one day. I said, you don't do check swings. He goes,
right.
Mr. Bruce, I swing hard every time
in
case I hit it.
Yeah, in case get lucky enough to hit it, right?
And he did. If you remember, he swung hard.
Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike, so 1 ball and 1 strike. I think one area, too, where the league has grown is the media. It seems like there are several teams that have radio and a video component. Some just have a video component, but I think most of them do provide something every game. So at least when the Hoppers go on the road, obviously at this point we don't do road games, but normally the home team, wherever they're going, there's either radio or some type of video, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or whatever. Pitches in there for a strike.
Yes, sir. And
2-2 the count.
That's made a difference.
Well, it helps promote the league, I think.
It certainly does. Certainly does.
Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll do it in the 5th. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. As we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, it's full count 6 and Hopkinsville nothing. We'll be back right after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Base hit by Henry Mosley, and the bats continue to be hot here into the 6th inning of play for full count rhythm. Henry Mosley with the first pitch swinging, and he gets the base hit. And the batter's going to be Tyler Franks. He had a double in the 4th, flied out to left in the 3rd, and struck out in the 1st. Now and I'm not wishing for anything, this is a general question, forget the score. Does the 10-run rule apply in the playoffs?
Yes.
It does.
We kept the 10-run rule. I think we talked off air.
Yeah.
Complete 9 innings if
right.
we suspend or halt the game in the way, and we suspend the league curfew.
Oh, okay.
During the playoffs.
Right.
So you can.
And what you mean is so you can play past a certain time.
12:01 a.m.
Yeah. Okay.
Which last night bumped up
got pretty close.
Got close,
yeah.
But they still finished the game
a
little
bit
before.
Yeah, I think
midnight.
it's like 11:54 or something like that. Here's one hit high to center field, not very deep. Center fielder comes in, and he makes the play for okay. He must have trapped it.
He trapped it
He
down.
sure did. Good eyesight by your umpire here. Wow. Of course, he's a little closer than we are.
And all he's doing is watching it.
Oh, that's true, too, yeah. He has no other responsibility other than watching that.
That's correct.
So it's a base hit. So 2 base hits now to lead off this inning for full count rhythm, and the batter's going to be Harrison Travis. That's one thing that and I would of course, doing play-by-play, all I do for football is watch the ball.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right.
And I don't see everything else going on. But when you watch the officials on TV and you see them, and here's one hit into left center field. It's going to be down for a base hit. And the bases are going to be loaded. So a base hit there. Each official has his own, I'll call it a zone. I don't know what it's called, but area.
Area of responsibility.
Area of responsibility. So my problem would be if I were to be an official is I would be watching the game and not watching my area of responsibility.
I'll make it even more complicated for you.
Okay.
You not only have the area responsibility, but you have a secondary area responsibility
as
well.
Yeah.
So, all the things have moved, balls out, people out. There's another place for you to look.
Yeah.
And you're right. Training people to not watch the ball.
Yeah. This pitch to Drew Lowry is high and over his head, but caught by the catcher. So it's ball one ball, no strikes. Bases are loaded for full count rhythm.
Same concept applies right here.
Yeah, and the batter is hit. And that's going to bring in a run, the hit batter. And the batter is going to be Jackson Cawthron, who has 2 base hits, so he is 2 for 2 tonight. He has 2 base hits and a walk. And Coach Gary Vault will go out, and he will talk to his pitcher.
But it's just, we talked about the little fly ball that dropped. That's what he's watching.
Right.
He's got the runner behind him and coming.
Right.
He's got the runner over here.
Right.
So they have their own things to watch.
And what's home plate doing during that? What's his responsibility?
Because the runner's
plate?
on.
Yeah.
He's there. Now
he stays.
He's a secondary watch to the fly ball.
Okay, gotcha.
To see her tag, etc.
Yeah.
Now the play you just had, same idea. If you'll notice, he came out. His first look was up here. Did he offer at the ball?
Right.
If he offers at the ball, it's a strike, so it's just a dead ball. We stop.
Right.
He didn't. He said no. He did not offer. So therefore, he awarded the base because it hit him on the forearm.
Yeah, gotcha.
But that's the methodology.
Yeah.
But those 4 guys you have out there, are very good, very seasoned.
Well, you have to know every
well
position. You have to know every position too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of these names I recognize. We've had them before. Whether it's high school or college ball or whatever, or they've been previously, have been here.
And that's a matter. This is a training ground for them as well.
Sure. 1-0 is the count to the batter Jackson Cawthron. Now it's 1-1 as he swung through that one. The bases are still loaded and nobody out. It's 7-0 in favor of full count rhythm. Here's the pitch. And this is going to be low. 4-2, so 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch, and this one's hit deep, but not deep enough. Getting underneath it is going to be the center fielder. That will allow a run to score, and again, they throw to third to keep the runners from advancing. So that is going to be an RBI for Cawthron. And it's now 8-0 in favor of full count rhythm on 12 hits in this contest. And the batter is going to be Hudson Mims with runners at first and second.
And this is another thing I'm starting to see more of.
And that is?
Full count is represented here tonight.
Yeah.
You can see the blue shirts. And we're starting to see more of that.
More people traveling with their team. Yeah.
Which is a really good thing to see.
Yeah. Counts 0-1 to Mims. 1-1 now. Pitch is high.
And as you know from recent experience, except for I-24, it's not a bad drive.
Yeah, no. I was okay yesterday. I didn't know that going east it was okay. They're not that side is still 2-lane, so I went through Pembroke and cut across Trenton and got on at exit 1. And but coming back as late as it was, everybody got in line and you were able to move through there pretty good. Pitch is going to be a ball, so it's 3-1. the signs about 20 miles away telling me to expect long delays, that they're working at night, kind of concerned me. But I thought I'd take a chance, and it worked. Here's a hit batter. Second time he's been hit tonight. And now the bases are loaded for full count rhythm, and that's going to be all for Chase Harlan. He's going to have to come out of the ball game because this is the second mound visit. So there's going to be a new pitcher. Not sure who it will be, but there's going to be a new pitcher. So we'll tell you who it is when we come back as we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. It's a full count 8 and Hoptown nothing. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. The score was 4-run difference. Here we go. Hopkinsville native Jacob Dilday on to pitch for Hopkinsville, the Hoppers. And now time is called with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the batter is Levi Perrell. The count to him is 1-0. Yeah, the other night I made an inadvertent mistake. I was just going by, normally in the major leagues, your closer doesn't throw more than to a couple of batters. Here's one hit up the middle, and it is going to be right to Sullivan, and he'll throw it in home, and nice throw, and they're going to have the runner out at second. It's going to be a double play. Got the out there. Nope, it's going to be, that's a double play.
No run scored.
Yep, no run scored. So the Hoppers get out of the inning with a double play there. So Perrell, he flied out to center, and then the throw in went from third, the third baseman, so then it went 5 to 4. No, 5 to 6 for the out. So that's not a combination you normally hear. So in the inning, there were 2 runs scored. And there were 3 hits. 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th as we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. It is Full Count Rhythm 8 and Hoptown nothing. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Here we go to the bottom of the 6th inning of play, and the batter is going to be the leadoff batter. This is Anthony Zarlingo. 1 for 2 tonight. He grounded out 4 to 3 in the first, a base hit in the third. And the count to him now is even at a ball and a strike. What I was going to say about Jacob Dilday the other night is he was credited with a save, and I was going, as I said, going by the 3 runs or less, and there was nobody on base, so you know that would have helped. And somebody let me know that because he pitched 3 innings, that was enough innings pitched to qualify for a save.
Right. Yeah, the scorekeeping rule all by itself can be a very complicated rule because it's got some exceptions.
Right. This pitch is foul. So the count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count now to Anthony Zarlingo.
Yeah, the straight-up rules of the game are not difficult at all. It's all the little nuances, that cause things to.
And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Batter's going to be Joshua Rodriguez. He was hit by a pitch in the first and flied out to center in the third. Of course, they've been playing baseball for a very long time, and the rules have evolved through the year. I guess there are little rule changes every year in baseball, little tweak here or there. Maybe the same rule, but maybe tweaked a little bit.
Correct.
This is popped up, and it's on the infield. It'll be taken by the shortstop, and that is out number 2. That is Perel for the putout.
Yes, every rule system, they have the editorial changes that they do every year. Some of them are very minor.
Yeah.
Every sport does it. I mean, there's changes coming up for the football season this year. Baseball typically, NCAA baseball has gone to every other year.
Okay.
All the even number of years is when they actually do most of their changes.
Sure. Here's the pitch from Wilkins. It's a ball.
So while they've slowed the process down a little bit, it's an evolutionary game.
Right. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be foul and out of play. You mentioned rule changes for football. What do I need to be on the lookout for?
Probably the biggest one is the changes to the intentional grounding rule.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah, it's pretty well defined in high school right now or before. Nobody there, then it's kind of more towards the college, I guess.
It's more aimed at the college rule in that if you basically have to get outside what we call the free blocking zone.
Yeah.
Most people will use the tackle boxes of the pros.
Sure.
Ooh.
Here's one hit into left, and it's gone.
Yep.
No doubter.
Yep.
A home run for Lewis Vergara. Yeah, that one, there was no doubt on that one.
See, it had that sound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and everybody just stood there. I mean, they knew. Luis Vergara with the home run for the Hoppers.
When the outfielder just looks and doesn't take off running.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Number 11 for Vergara on the season.
Yeah, they know because they see it come off that bat.
Sure.
They know where it's going.
Batter's going to be Jacob Dupes. 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out twice.
But it's more like now if you get it past the line of scrimmage,
yeah,
and you're outside the tackle box or outside the free blocking zone technically, then you're good to go.
Have a change now at third. It's going to be Gavin Baxter batting. And he pops this one up on the infield. First baseman says, I got it. He does for the out. So there was a home run in that inning, so the Hoppers do get on the board. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We have played 6 complete as we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. At the end of 6, it is full count 8, and Hoptown 1. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. We go to the top of the 7th inning, 8-1 in favor of full count rhythm. Hunter Hayden is now in right field. Gavin Baxter is at third, and Greg Lyle now at first base. Those are the changes for the Hoppers. And the pitch is a strike. And this is Henry Mosley batting. 1-1 the count. One thing fans ought to know about, if you have a smartphone, if you would download the Game Changer app. Here's one hit to Rodriguez. Over to first, in time to Lyle for the out. Goes 6-3. The league or the teams purchase the fan package.
Correct.
Where you can, for free, you can follow along. And I like it because I pull it up, and instead of writing all the names down, I can just look.
Right.
They're right there. And now it is about a pitch behind. And that's because it's got to go somewhere and come back down to get into your phone. It's got to go bounce off somewhere. And Russia or China or somewhere.
Only an issue if you're here.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
If you're somewhere else, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. That's right. Yeah, exactly right, yeah. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be hit into left center field. Left fielder is there, and he makes the play for the out.
It also has an audio part to it.
Yeah, and I haven't used that part, but I guess it talks. It talks what it does.
It tells you who's at bat.
Yeah.
It tells you it's a strike. It's
right.
a ball.
Yeah.
It tells you, ground out to left field.
Right.
That kind of single to left.
Yeah.
It will tell you whatever you see written in Game Changer by
okay.
play.
Yeah. Okay.
It verbalizes the same thing. And it'll basically, when you punch up the audio, it'll basically summarize the last guy.
Oh, okay.
This one.
Okay. Pitch gets away. It's a ball.
They use it driving down the road in the car.
Oh, I guess so.
Because it talks to you.
Right.
You don't have to actually look at it.
Man, that's allowed to put me out of business. It's that little mechanical sounding, I guess, or automated sounding.
The lady's a little different.
Yeah. Here's a pitch, foul back. 1-1 the count.
And she adds no localism.
I was getting ready to say, yeah.
It's very it's robotic.
Yeah.
How's
right,
that?
yeah.
Robotic reporting.
She doesn't have a fan, is what she's not a fan of either team, right?
That is true. She's not. But surprisingly, the pronunciations are very good.
Yeah, pretty good, yeah. Here's the pitch. And this one's hit into center field. And Sullivan is underneath it. And it's out number 3. So we have played 6.5 innings. We're at the 7th inning stretch. And we're going to listen. That's probably going to be Scott Colley.
And with that, I'm going to stretch another day.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it very much. The commissioner of the OVL, John Bruce, joining us here during the contest. Seventh inning stretch brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Visit them today on Fort Campbell Boulevard and download the Chick-fil-A app for online ordering. 8-1 full count. We'll be back right after this with the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Drew Donaldson will be the batter now for the Hoppers. He struck out and grounded out 6-4. The pitch to him is a strike here in the 7th inning of play. 0-1 the count. Looks like Ron Brown on deck, so he'll be batting for Fred Fernandez in the DH spot. Here's the pitch, and this is outside and bounces all the way back to the fence. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and this is a chopper down third. It's foul. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch in the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 8-1 full count. 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Hoptown. Here's the pitch, and this was going to be fouled back and out of play. And that'll keep the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be hit foul and out of play. Three-2 the count. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Full count leading 8-1. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be a base hit right over the shortstop's head. That is the 5th hit of the ball game for the Hoppers, and the batter's going to be Ron Brown. Ron Brown. Home plate had to come out and write that in his book. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Ron Brown. Pitch, and this is hit deep down the left field side. But foul. If you could just straighten it up, it would have left the yard. 1-1 the count now. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. 1-2 the count. Throw over. And the runner gets back. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike 3 looking. 1 out now. Drew Donaldson at first. And the batter's going to be Greg Lyle. Greg Lyle will step in. Here's the pitch, high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. He has popped out to right and struck out. No, he hasn't. That was Alan East. This is his first at bat in the game. My apologies to Mr. Lyle. His first at bat. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Counts 1-1 now to Greg Lyle out of Louisville, Kentucky. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 2. Plays at the University of Pikeville. Here's the pitch, and he gets away, and the runner's going to take second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, 8-1. Hoppers now with a runner at second base. Got our attendance numbers tonight. 348. 348 the number. I would have not guessed that. Of course, we're at a disadvantage. We can't see the first base side where everyone is sitting over there. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Lyle. That is the second out of the inning, both strikeouts. And the batter's going to be Will Spear, the catcher. Here's the pitch, and it's low. Wilkins has gone the whole way for full count rhythm. That is now his 96th pitch. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike. But there's no activity in the bullpen for full count rhythm. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. 1-2 the count now. The pitch from Wilkins, and it's hit right back to him. He snags it, underhand throw to first for the out. So in the inning, there was no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. We have played 7 with our score as we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. It's full count rhythm 8 and Hoptown 1. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Eight-1 is our score as we play here in the top of the 8th inning of play. The batter is Tyler Franks. And here is one sliced foul. For strike one, so 1 ball and 1 strike to Franks. Eight one in favor of full count rhythm. Here's the pitch, and this one is foul. So the count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two-two the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one is hit to the second baseman. He'll scoop it up, throw over to first in time. As that goes from Donaldson to Lyle. And there's one out in the inning. The batter's going to be Harrison Travis, the DH. My book had gotten out of a little bit out of order, but we've got it straight now. Thank you, Game Changer, for helping me get caught up here. Harrison Travis, the batter, the DH. Count is 0-1 to him. And here's the pitch from Jacob Dilday. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 now the count with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Dilday. And it's going to be hit into right field. Going back, but it's going to come down right to the right fielder who makes the play. That is Hayden for the second out. And the batter is going to be Drew Lowry. Drew Lowry is the batter.
Or half price at the concession stand. $5 hamburgers, whatever the sandwiches, meats they got left. Half price at the concession stand. Get them while you can.
Drew Lowry has been hit by a pitch, and he has a base hit tonight. Hoppers with 5 base hits on the night. They've scored a run. Luis Vergara with a home run. Here's the pitch from Dilday, and it's low for a ball. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. And this one's going to be popped up and out of play as it goes back behind our head. One and one the count. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch, and it's high. Ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike to the batter. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be popped up and out of play. Not quite sure where it is. And the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Dilday gets them down in order in the 8th inning of play. As we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 8-1 full count. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. And for full count rhythm, it is Caleb Marks coming in to pitch. And it should be the bottom of the order for the Hoppers. Should be Sean Sullivan. Nope. Going to be right fielder Hunter Hyden. Here is one, and it is nice play. One out.
Pitch for the rhythm is Caleb Marks. Now batting for the Hoppers, Anthony Zarlingo.
Anthony Zarlingo will be the batter. We're in the bottom of the eighth. Zarlingo with a base hit. He struck out and grounded out 4-3. Here's the pitch. Two balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be outside for ball 3 to Zarlingo. Here's the pitch, and it's a call strike. 3-1 the count now. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be a base hit for Zarlingo. And the batter will be Joshua Rodriguez. Hoppers with a runner at first now. That is Zarlingo. Joshua Rodriguez coming to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch. Flied out to left in the third and popped out to the shortstop in the sixth. And it is a swing and a miss for strike one. Here's the pitch. 1-1 now the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And it is a chopper to the shortstop, to second, over to first for a double play. And a 1-2-3 inning on the 6-4-3 ending double play. As we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. No runs for the Hoppers, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played 8. It is 8-1, full count. We'll be back right after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. 8-1 full count, and the batter is going to be Jackson Cawthron, the catcher. And the pitch. This is Dilday still in there, number 8 for the Hoppers. Pitch is a strike. Cawthron bats left. And the pitch from Dilday. Outside, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count. The pitch. And this one is hit into right center field. And it's a base hit for full count Rhythm. Cawthron with the base hit, his 3rd of the night. Batter's going to be Hudson Mims. He's been hit twice tonight and walked. And then he was called out for batter interference. Here's a pitch, and this is going to be a base hit for Mims. Hits one over the second baseman's head. And the batter's going to be Levi Perrell. He has a double, a single. He's walked. And he flied out to center. And then they were able to get a double play out of that because they Hoppers caught full count off the bag at second on the throw into third. Pitch, and it's in there for a strike to Perrell. Top of the 9th, nobody out, 8-1 full count. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be hit into left field. It's a base hit. And everybody will move up a base. Now the bases are loaded for Henry Jackson. He was hit by a pitch, struck out, flied out to left, and grounded out 6-3. Bases are loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning of play for full count Rhythm. Here's the pitch, and this is fouled back and out of play. 0-1 now the count to Henry Jackson. Here's the pitch, and it's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike from Jacob Dilday. Here's the pitch from Dilday, and it is a strike. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. High. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the 9th. Full count with an 8-1 lead. Scored 8 runs on 15 hits. Hoptown 1 run on 6 hits. That 1 run was a Luis Vergara home run. Here's the pitch. And this one's going to be hit into center field, and it will be caught by the second baseman, the shortstop of, let's see, that is Rodriguez for out number 1. And the batter's going to be Drew Robertson. He has 2 base hits. He actually has 2 doubles. Struck out, flied out to left, and a sacrifice fly for an RBI. It's not a bad night for Drew Robertson. 348 in attendance tonight, and here's one hit into center field. Center fielder will come on. That's Zarlingo, and nope, making the play is going to be Rodriguez, but a run will score on the tag up. So that was just deep enough that the runner tagged and scored. So there are now 2 outs and runners at first and second. It's 9-1 in favor of Full Count Rhythm. Batter is Henry Mosley. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a grounder to the shortstop, who throws over to the bag at second on the 6-4 put out. So in the inning, there were 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 9th. As we check the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, it is Full Count 9 and Hoptown 1. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. Pinch hitter for the Hoptown Hoppers here in the bottom of the 9th inning of play. Anthony Smith will be batting for Lewis Vergara, and this one is a foul ball. Also a new pitcher on the mound, Daniel Dewey on the mound for Full Count Rhythm. Here's pitch. A grounder to the shortstop, over to first in time for the out. And it's out number 1. see who this batter will be.
For the Hoppers is number 13.
Gavin Baxter will be the batter. Pitch is a strike. And the count is 0-1. Here's a pitch, and it's outside for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 the count now. Here's the pitch, and this one's hit right back to the pitcher, and he'll underhand to the bag for out number 2. As that one goes 1-3, and the batter should be Drew Donaldson, unless there's someone new. It's going to be 29. Connor Cornwell will be the batter. Connor Cornwell will be the batter for the Hoppers. And the pitch. And it's in there for a strike. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, 9-1 full count. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike, strike 2. 0-2 the count. The Hoppers down to their final strike of this season. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the ball game. And the Hoptown Hoppers season has come to a close as Full Count Rhythm wins this series, and they will move on to the championship series later on this week. Your final score: Full Count Rhythm 9 and the Hoptown Hoppers 1. Back with our post-game report after this timeout. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball.